Morning, boys and girls. It's too early, it's 9 to 6. I was up at 5. That was terrible. I was very tempted to cancel and go back to bed. So, start of the adventure. That's a huge backpack. It's only about 25 kilos, I haven't weighed it. But it's big. Anyway. So call a cab and I'll be nice and early at the train station. I have to pick up a water of a smokely 50 grisen that är helt grusomt alltså. Alright, put you away and then I have to attach my rod to the little bag, I think. Anyway. Well, I was lucky with the taxi, so I've got half an hour to wait. Very lucky with the taxi. Everyone's going to the airport in the morning. So, but he happened to be in the neighborhood, so I only waited 5 minutes. Otherwise I could have waited half an hour. Shit. So now we know. Anyway, put you away. Made it. So I've got 20 minutes before the train goes. Even got a pit stop in the toilet. Got my 2 smoklies. There's in case I have a heart attack. Oh, this is terrible. And I started getting a headache, migraine too. Went away luckily. So, not too many people. I hope I'm on the right carriage, because there's a very tiny platform. I may have to move. I don't think so. I think this is the right one. I have to tell the conductor that, whatever the conducteur, whatever it is in English, that I'm getting off at Ljosanbotn or we won't stop. So, anyway. Cool. It doesn't look like the tourists get up this early to go to Myrdal. Although, there is 20 minutes before the train goes. And it could fill up at Voss. But I've got space for my backpack. It's the beauty of these trains. There's plenty of space. And this ski rack. So, cool. I can have a snooze. And I got my water. Luckily, the Norway was closed, so I wasn't able to pick up smokes, but I have enough. I have 5 packs. But it was key to pick up water because I didn't bring any from home. And the other Deli de Luca was open, luckily, thank God. Otherwise, it would have been a real problem. Norway is closed because it's bus for train, bus for tåg, between 9 and 3, 9 and 15. So they don't bother opening. Huh. So now you know. Anyway, always bring water, at least a little bit. So saved, I have 2 waters. Alright, and then I have to trudge all the way down to the campsite. And then unpack, set up the tent. And then go all the way back up the hill. 15 minutes though, it's not too bad. And do my shopping, get my sausages, my beer, my ingangsgrill, and some sandwich food. Just some leverpostej I think is enough. I have 2 bread rolls. And I'll have to do shopping tomorrow. So I get 2.5 days, half of today, be fishing by 12 or 1. Then all day Saturday and all day Sunday, and then pack up and leave on Monday. Anyway. Well, I made it. Tiny little waiting room, I might show you that, but I'm heading down there about 45 minutes all the way down to the river. Time it, maybe less. I have 4 kilos, 5 kilos less in my backpack this time. No drone, half the fishing gear, only 2 fishing rods. Almost no food, 3 dinners and some coffee, that's it, no lunch food. But my breakfast I still have to eat. That's heading up to Grindaflet Hitta, up that way. So I've had my smoke and I've sent my photos and my messages. The train was very crowded because 20 Ukrainian women got on with their bicycles at Voss, going to Upseta and bicycling down, I guess. So bicycles everywhere, and Ukrainian women chatting away, all made up, of course, with makeup and long nails. Anyway, good to be back. I'm waking up, kind of. That was a very early start. I've already been awake 4 hours. That was tough. That start was not so good. It's still a huge backpack, so I'll just take it in stages. Lots of breaks. And then I have to unpack and set up the tent. I'll do that. And then head up to the shops for beer, sausages, ketchup, mustard, fried onion, lumpa, which is like a kind of a flatbread, for the sausages, and engångsgrill, disposable grills, and some sandwich food, just some pate, I guess, or something, or cheese. See what they have. But anyway, it's nice and perfect weather. Monday's gonna rain, starting at about 2 o'clock, so probably an early start and get here and wait in the. I'll show you the waiting room. It's quite cute. It's very small. There's no toilet. Go in the bush. This is a small station, not the smallest, but one of the smallest. Trash. Rubbish truck. Anyway, there it is. There's a library. So anyway, that's that. It's tiny, and there's a storage room, some of those skis there. But very important, I can charge my phone. So I probably won't need to have 2 huge batteries. But it's good to know in case the batteries screw up or something, although I don't feel like hiking all the way up here to charge my phone. So but I do have to buy tickets and check the weather. Anyway, I'm going to take a photo of the library, and then it's time to get cruising. Alright, the torture begins. I won't film too much on the way down because I've already done that. Still a big backpack. Anyway, it's hard to hold. The day bag is pretty big. It's hard to hold the camera and the day bag at the same time, so I may not do much filming. I have to go to this gate to keep the sheep out from the tracks. Anyway, whoops, I'll get you upside down for a bit. There, sheep-proofed. This is not sitting very well. There we go. Point you the other way. I need 2 hands for the day bag. Oh, this is pretty heavy. Not as bad as last time. It was terrible. I had 35 kilos. I think it's 8 or 9 kilos in the day bag. Camera and the drone and the beer. But there's a shop here, so no point in bringing beer. This river, I think, is too small for fish, or if there are, they're tiny minnows. Having said that, I've only caught 100-gram trout And the main river, which is called Clayvelby, Brong, the berries. I don't know if it means early winter or late winter. I forget. Very pretty though. So not too many leaves on the birch trees. Mostly gone already. As you can see here, nothing left. So I'll go under the bridge and then put you away until I get to the car park, then I need a break. People bathing here last time. It was that hot. Alright, I need to put you away. So it's just me walking down the road. It's not that interesting. So I'll turn you off. So at the parking lot, that's 10 minutes down, but 25 minutes up. So I'm just going down the road that way to Myrdal, another 5 minutes. And then to the campsite, another 15, 20. And this is quite a lot to carry, but much worse last time. 7 or 8 kilos heavier. I think I'm carrying about 26 or 27, all up with both. So I should cut my toenails because it's a bit painful going down. They're too long. And these boots, they're Italian boots of course, so they're a bit on the tight side. So anyway, means I have to have thin socks. Alright, give it 2 minutes and then it's the day bag that's real pain. If it was just the backpack it'd be fine. So that's a real, it's pain to carry and it's quite heavy. Of course I did buy 2 waters at the train station. Probably I didn't drink any. Anyway, I wasn't sure the toilets on the train would work. Always breaking down. Well, that took 25 past. It's now 1:45. Took 20 minutes. That's the Snarship. With the hotel or the Fjellstove and the shop. You can have an ice cream. Oh, this is not so good sitting on. I think maybe I'll stand after all. That's better. Wants to drag me over the backpack. It's big. This is pretty heavy, so this is going to be very bad going back. Not good. I think I have to do it in stages again. I can always take a 7 p.m. train, and that's in the rain. Takes a couple hours, at least 2-3 hours to pack up tent. I'll camp 2 hours. I can do it in 1 if I really rush, but that's no fun. Then I'll be carrying a lot of trash bag, big trash bag full of trash, the engangsskrell and plastic and God knows what, food waste. So I think I have to go in stages on the way back. That hill is, the road is a bit of a nightmare, and up to the station is very steep. So it's alright, I've got all day on Monday to get there. If I catch a 4 p.m. train, then I just have to hope it's not full of tourists or bicycles and there's actually space for my backpack. Anyway, I have to check my phone. It's been plinging constantly. Of course, I'm sending updates and photos as I go. Anyway, put you away and then I'll turn you on again at the bridge, take a break there. Halfway to the bridge, and then I have to make 2 trips. I'm not going up, there's a steep little hill to go up. I think that's too much with everything at once. Very pretty, getting hot. Oh wow. And then Anyway, this is taking a while, so an hour. I thought it was like more like 40 minutes, but longer than that. Anyway, that's such a pain, the day bag over one shoulder. That's a real pain. It's quite wet here, so my camping spot could be very wet. That could be an issue. Hope not. It's obviously rained a lot. It's a lot wetter than when I was last here. It's been a very wet summer, so anyway, this puddle there was not as big last time. It was wet, and that was just a few months ago. I was here. It's my local. Anyway, lots of cobwebs down there. All right, I better get cracking. Take a longer break at the bridge. Build up for that little hillock. It's a pain, it's steep. And then do it in 2 goes, and then a longer break when I get to the campsite, and then torture is over until Monday, when the real torture begins, and I have to lug all this back, plus the trash bag. Anyway, back break. Shit. That pack is really heavy. I'm quite wet. That could be a problem for the campsite. I don't know. I'll make 2 trips. I'm gonna send a photo to Anson Phillip and get this off. Take the big backpack first. There's the river. Oh, my pants are halfway down my ass. The belt is no good. So, a bit lopsided. Sun doesn't reach this side of the river. Oh, I may have a smugly. So there is the goat trail up that way. One that goes on the other side past the falls. That's where I'm exploring this time, the upper side of the river, because I think it's calmer. Anyway, I'm gonna have a little smokely since I've done the worst of it. I've just got that little hill to go. I'm gonna hope my campsite isn't too wet. I think there's a patch of grass I can camp on, but it's very bushy and a bit too small. So I'm just praying to God that the marsh isn't too damp, because this was very wet compared to when I was here last time. Very wet. Otherwise I'm in trouble. Not too many places to camp. They won't be wet. I may have to go further along downriver a bit. There's a meadow. We'll see. Alright, put you away. Right, do it in 2 goes. That hill is no good. It's small but steep. So I'll take the big backpack and come back to that. It's got my camera and 16,000 kroners worth of, 1,600 bucks worth of fly rod, so hope no one steals it. And a $2,000 camera. That would suck, plus my water, my lunch. Anyway. Slow and steady. It's quite rough here. But it did look nice up there. I didn't explore that last time. So I'm hoping that's a bit more fishy than downstream. I had to walk several kilometers for good fishing spots downstream. It's not too good. Alright, this hill sucks. Slowly. Slippery roots. I want to go for a swim. And I hope the marsh isn't too wet. I don't know what to do for a camping spot. I have to move half a kilometer. I think I should be able to find a spot. You go on that side, but if you slip, you're going straight in the river. So this is steeper, but safer. Ooh, mushroom. Ah, slowly. Agony. This is a heavy pack. It's more than 20 kilos. Maybe 27. 26. Got my breath. Still a few blueberries out there. And these funny cobwebs. More blueberries. Anyway. Not too many mushrooms. All right. Made it. Someone's had a fire here. The view. There was wood under that bench. So I get desperate. There's plenty of wood here too. Carry that back. And there's dead logs, so plenty of wood here. Looks very wet though. I really want pine. Dead pine would be good. This is a ways to carry it. I don't know. I don't see any dead pines. Birch burns alright, but slowly. Anyway. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try bringing both at once. I need some balance in here. Of course, don't go down there. Puffing like an old man. I am an old man. Made it, finally. Chilled for a bit. Set up the tent, empty the packs. Anyway, that little bag weighs a bit. Camera and 2 waters are in there. I don't know what else, lunch. So, yeah, just plop the tent there, I guess. It is a little damp, but that's too bad. No flies yet, that's the main thing. Worst flies were a pain last time. And lots of flies. So maybe it's too cold for them. I don't know, I hope so. I have enough warm clothing anyway, I won't need half of it. Brought a light down jacket, I won't need that. So that was, it's now 10:40. I left 25 past 9 the station, 23 past, so that's an hour and 20 minutes to make it down to the campsite. took much less last time, but I wasn't making 2 trips and I didn't have as long a break. And that's 10:40, 3 hours and 40 minutes from the station, Bergen, and door to door I left at 6:05, so 4 hours and 40 minutes, which is a fair ways, and I had a good 40-minute wait at the station. Anyway, I'm gonna have a smokely and then I have to start doing the tent, do that first. So that's out of the way, and then everything has to come out of that big backpack because I need that for the shopping. Got 3 ingångsgrill to buy, assuming they have that many. If they're not sold out. I do have 3 emergency dinners. I don't think they're very good. Oh, dragonfly. Oh, he disappeared. But if I can't have sausages, or if I'm too tired, I'll just have the 2 mop freeze-dried dinners and get to try a new one and see if it's any good. Alright. Well, that was the long time lapse. It's alright. So I had a lot of crap with me. That chair is awesome. I'm gonna chill for a bit. I won't be fishing until 1 or 2. It's 11:20 now. Be down, finished with my shopping at 12:15 down here. And I have to chill the beer and the sausages. I think 2 6-packs is enough. I may have to go on a tinny run tomorrow, but that's 4 a night. That's plenty. I might have 6 tonight though. Gets dark at 7, so not a whole lot of daylight, which is kind of a pain. Batteries can go in. I had too much fuel. I had brought 2 giant ones because I thought it was going to be longer, but so that's way too much propane. Crazy. Could have saved half a kilo there. Anyway, I'm gonna have to change batteries on you because or take one with me. They're just about to run out. Could just chill here and drink beer. Not fish at all. Nah, we do some fishing. Although if I want to hike all the way past the falls, which is a bit of a hike uphill, is $1 million question. I've only got 2.5 days. So I may not build a fire because it takes too much time to collect firewood and all the wood's wet. So that's really cutting into my fishing time. Unless I just do a short fish out today, maybe just around here, and then spend a couple hours collecting a big pile of firewood for the next 3 nights. I don't know. It was really heavy. I couldn't bring the synthetic logs. That would have been too much. Anyway, alright, time for a break. And then I have to head all the way up to the shops. Well, I've almost gone through a whole battery. I have one in my pocket. So mosey slowly, very slowly up to the shops and see what they have. I hope they have some decent sausages, but they may have to be just regular wienerpilze. It'd be good if they had small containers of ketchup and mustard instead of the huge ones, but I don't know what they have. It's small shop. But well, I'm glad I don't have to bring it all. That would suck. And I hope they have enough ingångsgrill. If they're out, it's 2 mat, which sucks. That would be bad. Really don't feel like 2 mat. Main thing is that they have beer and they have Frieden in. Beer, got it in just for me, I think. So hope it's not sold out and I'm not drinking Hansa. So I'll give you a tour of the shop. I'm gonna have to call the lady because she has to check my ID that I'm old enough to buy beer. I have cigarettes too. No Camels, so anyway. So I did see this is very good wood, juniper. And there's a dead log there and some dead juniper that burns like no tomorrow. So maybe there will be a fire. I could spend an hour collecting firewood when I get back. First I have to chill the food and beer. I could spend an hour collecting firewood. At least I'd have a fire. May not be much fishing today. So I have to be back at 6. It gets dark at 7. 7:30, sun goes down. So it'll be early to bed. And then it doesn't get light until 7:15. So after last night with 5 or 6 hours sleep, I'm probably gonna need proper sleep tonight. Today is the nicest day. Sunny, no clouds anywhere. I'm so glad my camping site is not too wet. A little damp, but it's not too bad. So it's now, I left at 11:35. Doing very slowly. It only took me 15 minutes last time up to the shops, but I think it's going to take 25. Well, as you can see, that was a big shopping. That's nearly full. 1,500 kroner shopping. First I got 3 engangsgrill, disposable grills, barbecue, lots of Frydenlund, probably more than I need, 9 sausages, chorizo, bacon, pilze and bratwurst. So they had good sausages, little ketchup, little mustard, relish, fried onion, 2 packs of lumpers, hamburger bread, because that's all they had that didn't need baking from the freezer, hamburger buns, 2 goat cheese, a snowflake, 1 copper ham, 1 leverpostej. That's more than enough. We only need it for 3 mornings. Right, tomorrow morning, so Saturday morning, Sunday morning, Monday morning, 3 mornings. So that'll do. What else? Suntan lotion, I actually remembered. I didn't get butter, so it's catch and release. I'm not frying fish. I don't think I'll get anything big enough to fry. So I'm going to chill after I unpack this, but I'm going to sit for 5 minutes, then unpack and then put it all in a big trash bag and in the water, because we have lemmings. I saw a lemming on the trail. I was too slow to get footage. But we could have skogmus and lemmings might eat the food. So I think even the bread and the lump has to go in the water in a big trash bag. So I've put the food and the beer in the river. It's not going to float away, I don't think. Break time and lunch. I won't be fishing until 2:30. That's too bad. Depends how long I spend collecting wood. That's first priority. There's quite a few fallen logs, like one just over there, for me to pick up. So I don't know if I'll be able to build a fire. I have no kindling really. So I can grab some from these pine trees, I think. If they're dead ones, you know, dead pine branches below near the bottom. It looks like there's a dead pine over there. That'd be great if I could get a whole dead pine tree, sapling. Anyway, break time. and then lunch. Well, I've had my smoked salmon bread roll and goat's cheese. I'm gonna chill for another 10 minutes. 1:15, I'll start gathering wood. Try and be done with that in 45 minutes, then it's 2 o'clock. And I have to rig up my rods. I don't know if I'm up for fishing today. I might just chill in the sun, have an early beer. I'm not sure I'm up for going hiking very far. I've been up and at it since 5 a.m, so that's 7-8 hours ago. Maybe a chill day. I don't know. You need firewood now. Don't have to have a fire, it's hot enough. That'd be nice to have a fire. Sit, have a brew with the fire. I don't know. It cost me an hour at least. More. Maybe 2 hours gathering firewood, I don't know. An hour and a half. This chair is great. I don't know how I managed without it before. Always with me on camping trips from now on. Only 650 grams or something. It's barely more than a beer. That's worth it. Anyway, I have to get the batteries out of the sun. Chill for a little bit and I'll get the batteries in the tent. I don't want them exploding on me, giant batteries. And then slowly I'll start gathering wood. I see some likely logs just over there, that way, fallen, so they're off the ground. A big thing I brought, decent saw. Anyway, that old one was way too small. Anyway, could have brought an axe, a hatchet. Okay. Well, getting there. I think 2 or 3 more big ones and I should be alright. Saw some over there. Really tired. I might need a power snooze. So let's have a look. Could do with more kindling. Not much kindling around here. Sawing those is going to be a pain. I'm not going to bother. Maybe the little one. That fat one I just burned in half. I think that's partly rotten too, though a lot of it's good. And that grass should go up like no tomorrow. Little damp parts of it though. So it's now 1:40 and I'm running out of juice. Really big time. Not good. That was too early, and of course I had a few brews last night, not too many, but didn't sleep that well. So take a 5-minute break. I'm not fishing today, I don't think. That's too much for me. Struggle into my waders and then hike along, unless I just fish from the island, which is not very good. I think it may be too hot in the tent to snooze. That's what I need, like an hour's power snooze. Anyway, break time. Well, it's already 3:15. Rigged up and collected my firewood. That's enough firewood. I don't think I'm building a fire tonight. I want to save it for tomorrow. I'm just chilling now. I'm done with all my chores. So the setup. We have one Sage ESN European nymphing number 2 2-weight rod with a ESN reel, and I've got this little green jobby there. Then my single hand, also Sage GXL, very old hopper dropper rig. So I've got my hopper there. That's too big for any fish here though. And then I've got this little funny beadhead nymph. I'm not sure if it's tungsten or not, on about, I guess, 1.5 feet of fluorocarbon. It's not very deep here. And I've only got the same here maybe 2 feet on the nymphing rod. But whoops, this stupid thing. So whoops. Okay, I'm gonna fill up my water bottles and my Camelback, and then I'm just gonna chill with what's left of the afternoon with a few beers, and then I have to cook up dinner. That's all I'm up for now. I could have done with the power snooze, but I wanted the wood out of the way so I don't have to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow is all about the fishing. I can just fish all day. I'm not up for getting into my waders now and then just for an hour and a half. That's not worth it. Struggle into them, struggle out of them. I have to be back by 5:30. It's 2 hours. So, chill day today. Well, it was a lot of work. I got here all the way here, dragged my stuff down to camp, set up camp, went shopping, came back down again, gathered firewood, set up the rods, and I was up at 5 a.m, which was gruesome, and I had a 2-hour train trip here. So I've done a lot today. Monday's gonna suck. There's just no way around that, and it would have been nice to have had 3 or 4 days. I have the time. Ooh, there's a dragonfly, big one. I had the time. Whoops, there he goes. But the weather is not cooperating. It's got to have decent weather. Camping and fishing in the rain is no good. Fishing is okay in the rain, but camping is not so good in the rain. It's impossible to dry off, and I think I forgot to bring a towel anyway. I'm not sure, a camping towel. Maybe I did, maybe it's with my clothing. I think it was a little one. I should have brought a big one. But I'm not going for a dip in this river, it's too cold. Anyway, I gotta fill my water, and then it's beer o'clock. Thank God for that. Well, the water level's so low, it's sunk nearly 2 feet, 1.5 feet. I can just throw my beer and food just straight behind me in the creek. Not gonna wash away. Means I keep it cool. As opposed to trekking 100 yards that way. So that's nice. And I found a nice hole to keep the beer cold. It's kind of half out of the water before. So beer o'clock. Guess I'm not fishing. I could, not after a beer, but drunk fishing. But I'm too tired. So, and it's nice to have beer in the sun, or 2 or 3. Won't have too many because tomorrow's my big fishing day. Sunday can't go quite as hard because I have to be up early on Monday and pack before the rain comes. Anyway, alright, I've got almost a full battery on this, on my second on the GoPro. Still first day, first evening. It's 5 o'clock. One of my battery banks died, big 30,000 milliampere one, so that's not good. So I have to manage on that one battery bank for the rest of the trip. I need to charge the mobile, the GoPro, and the camera. Camera only has to be charged once, and the GoPro batteries once, I think, maybe twice. So pushing it. If I have to, I can always charge the mobile before I leave at the train station in the waiting room, or maybe at Myrdal Fjellstove if she'll let me. I'm not sure she will, because they're worried about fire. But that sucks. So still, you're almost full. Charge the mobile full, cell phone, and then I'll charge that GoPro battery I used up today. But then I'm down to about 80% on this battery bank. And that's alright. I can manage all day tomorrow on 2 batteries for the Lumix camera. just film more on that and then less on the GoPro, and maybe I can stretch it. I get by a whole day on two batteries on the Lumix, although the slow motion uses a lot of footage, a lot of juice. So I keep sinking in here, so I keep having to move my chair. So I'm gonna grab another brew. I was gonna start making dinner at 6, that's an hour from now, but I'm feeling bloated, not very hungry, so I may be cooking in the dark. I mean, that's still, I was gonna go to bed at 7, that's very early, but the sun sets at 7:15. I've got headlamps, so that's not a problem. I'm saving the fire for tomorrow because it's such a pain in the butt collecting firewood. I can only do it once, and I waste too much time. Ooh, there's some good twigs off those pine trees over there. Good kindling. Burns like no tomorrow. But that's enough for one fire, what's over there. So just one fire, and then tonight is very warm. Really don't need a fire tonight. Or I spend 2 hours trekking all over the place, all the way over there somewhere for firewood. And what I'm getting around here is very wet. It's not great. Should burn if you get enough kindling, but I mean, that's the question. And I haven't seen any dead pines, or which would be ideal, a dead standing pine. Not too many spruce here, mostly pine. Some spruce over there. Anyway, time for beer number 3. But I'm gonna go slow tonight and probably not have my quota, which is 5. I may have 5, but I may not have my quota because tomorrow is my really main day fishing, and Sunday won't be quite as nice. It'll be colder and a bit overcast. Anyway, alright. So this is my second GoPro battery. It's still pretty full, and I think I'll charge it fully and then charge the one I've used up today. But my battery bank is down to, I don't know, about 85-82%, so I've got to watch that. I have to ration the batteries basically, but I'll probably use mostly the GoPro battery and the mobile. Probably I just have to charge the Lumix, the camera, once, and because I use 1.5 batteries in a day filming. It's gorgeous and the weather is perfect. I'm not cold, I'm in a t-shirt. I may put on a shirt soon, but no, the weather's been perfect. I took too much warm clothing. I was afraid it'd be cold, because my chair sinks into the marsh. I need to get one of those chairs with that spreads the weight with something underneath the legs. So that's on the list, plus a new battery bank, obviously. And the river is now just ankle deep. Where it was raging, the creek was up to my knees before. It was covering all those rocks. So the river level's going way down. So it's almost too shallow to fish even the main river. It can certainly wade over. Try the other side. But I think, whoops, keeps doing this. Turn that off. I'm heading upstream because there's some nice, placid, calm bits from when I fished many years ago that I actually caught some piddlers on the dry fly. I don't see any insects. I think it's too late in the season for dry fly. It was warm enough today, but maybe later. And I mean, apart from flies, and I saw one horsefly, which is not cool, but I don't see any insects. But I mean, the water is crystal clear. So I get to charge you. It's 3/4 full. I've only got 24 minutes, but I've plenty of SD cards. And then I'll be using the Lumix more tomorrow. And it's just perfect. I could move into the sun, I guess, and my chair will sink down. I'm not going to bother, I'm fine where I am. So it's time to start charging you. And it's going to be a later dinner. It's already 5:35, so I'll be cooking by headlamp, grilling sausages by headlamp. And that's too bad. I'm just not hungry yet. Certainly not for 3 big bratwurst. So anyway, over and out. Well, this is still battery number 2, still day 1. And today I'm only filming on the GoPro just to keep things clear. Not digging out the big camera, that's for tomorrow. But now I can charge the first battery I ran down on the GoPro today. Of course, I had a very long time lapse, so that didn't help. Got 23 minutes on this, so I'll have to change SD cards tomorrow. I might do that first thing in the morning just to start a fresh SD card, so keep them organized. We'll see, maybe not. Anyway, change the battery and start charging, and I hope I don't run down the battery bank too much because it's my only one. Okay, so that took about an hour and a half, 2 hours to charge. GoPro battery, they're all charged now. It's full. It's the one that ran empty earlier. I'm on beer number 5. Just chilling. I'll be grilling in the dark, and then I may even build a fire and have a big night. I have no idea. But of course I can't buy beer on Sunday, so I have to ration them unless I go out tomorrow. And I have to ration the battery because that's down to 80%. But unless this is the bad one, well, I think the bad one, which is the other one that failed on me, used to go from 100% to 60% fine, and then as soon as it got to 50 or 60%, it would just die suddenly to 0. So I think that was the bad one. So I have to get a new battery bank or 2, probably 2, with PD charging. So anyway, just chatting with my mates, and this chair is great. This so saves my back. This would not be nearly as comfortable without the Falkebag chair. Thank God for Sweden. Söta bror. So that's great. Yeah, at some point I will have to dig out the grill, but I'm still not hungry, so I think I'll build a fire tonight. I'll try. And I'll have my bratwurst first, and then I'm not sure how well they'll keep in the heat, the sausages, but they're already cooked, so they should do okay. They're not raw. You just have to reheat them. Store's open on Sunday too, and I've got plenty of food, plenty of smokes, plenty of beer. Beer maybe a refill, but who knows. And I refilled my water bottles, so and I recharged the GoPros, so the GoPros are good for all tomorrow and some of Sunday. And then the mobile. Well, it's getting dark. It's 8, so it's already 45 minutes past sunset. So for the non-Norwegians out there, how you grill our sausages. If I can get it to light. They're not great, but they kind of work. There we go. And then leave that for about 20 minutes. And it's good enough to warm up sausages Not good enough to grill raw chicken or raw anything really, just reheats. So I have to go and dig out the sausages from the creek. Whoops, it's my water there. It's just a fuel soaked piece of whatever there. Oh, I don't like this. These are not briquettes, but they're coals. So this may be quite a bad grill. It may not work that well. I'm not sure. Some of them are really bad, and if they sit there too long, the fuel, the accelerant dries out. Well, looks like it's catching. So we'll see. This may be alright after all. I have to dig the sausages from the creek. We want bratwurst because they're the best. And then how the others survive in the middle of the day in the heat, even if they're on cold water. Not quite like a fridge. So I hope it doesn't make me sick. I don't think it will. Whoops. Maybe a bit close to the tent. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Should be alright. Ooh, some flames. So, anyway, grill. Then I have to... Sausages and lumpur are all I need from the creek. Lumpur, the flatbread, the potato pancakes that Norwegians eat with sausages. They sometimes use hot dog buns, but usually it's lumpur, which are a bit more practical for long sausages and whatnot, and for rolling and folding all your fixings. So anyway, alright, I have to go to the creek. Cool. Well, I'm trying to turn it that way. For those who aren't familiar with the concept of grill, well, there's one with bratwurst, not raw, pre-cooked, but so it's that one's filled with charcoal, not briquettes. That seems to be working alright. So you just take it out, set it alight, and there are little feet underneath it, but they do tend to leave bad burn marks on the ground beneath, and they start a lot of fires. So not very environmentally good, but it's what they had and what I can drag with me. And it sure beats freeze-dried food. So anyway, so cool. Beats the all tomat, definitely, any day of the week. Okay. Well, it's 9:30. I'm crashing. I'm exhausted. There's my little hidey hole in my tent. It's a bug, not a stonefly. It's some kind of shitty fly, not a good one. So let's turn this up. This headlamp is really bright. Should be plenty warm. This bag's supposed to be good to -8. I don't believe it. I think it's good to -2. Mountain equipment bullshit bag. It was cheap. I certainly duck down and not goose down, but still should be plenty warm for now. I'm tired though, so if you go to bed tired, you get cold. I'm glad I didn't try fishing. I could have. I had 2 hours. I could have fished. but I chilled. I'm glad I didn't stay up trying to build a fire and getting drunk. Would have been bad. I'd lose all day tomorrow. Now I may get up reasonably early, make a coffee. I've got a bread roll from yesterday I can just eat and head upstream. So, and that's me. If I can show up on the other end of the tent. So, and I actually only had, it was a bit risky, but I brought a summer, I'm not sure, I've forgotten what they call them in English, sleeping pad, inflatable one, just for summer though, no insulation. So luckily it's not going to be that cold and it should be plenty warm, plenty good for now. I do have a warmer one, and I've got a super warm winter one which is insulated with down. They're all Exped things, which are great, but a pain to blow up and mostly a real pain to expel the air from. So anyway, but all the batteries are charged. My mobile is about 90% or 85%. I'll charge it a bit tomorrow morning. My battery bank is around 80%. That should be enough, as long as it doesn't die on me like the last one. Okay, now I'm gonna crash really hard and sleep a good 10 hours. I hope I don't get up in the middle of the night. If I do, I've got my Crocs just out there. But if I whoops, it's a bit wet. It's cold. It's not wet, it's cold. If I do have to get up in the middle of the night and pee, I don't go outside the tent and just unzip the window and just lean my little thing out there and just go straight in the ground outside the tent. Ground absorbs it. It's just fine. Crazy to go out. I don't have a pee bottle. That's sitting in the bag again. For the train, I should have brought one. Still. Anyway. Alright, I'm gonna put you away, and then tomorrow morning I think I'll put a new SD card on, so I know there's an SD card for each day, so we keep it a little bit organized. Alright, over and out.